crafty friends, Shana from ShanoukiArt. How beautiful does this pencil case look? I was inspired by Christina Radovan. When I saw how she had decorated a pencil bag, I knew I had to do one too. I will put a link to her Instagram in the description box below. Please do visit to see all her beautiful things. This was a really fun and relatively quick project. So I have a very plain canvas pencil bag. I also have some rice paper glue. You don't have to use rice paper glue, you can use Mod Podge. And then some beautiful rice paper. This is from Stamperia. I'll put a link to their website in the description box below. If you don't have rice paper, you could also use a napkin for this project. This rice paper has some of my favorite colors, those vintage browns and turquoise, and there's a lot of text in different fonts that I really like. So I'm going to tear a piece that I want to use and see where I'm going to place it on my pencil bag. I'm using a piece of the cellophane that the rice paper came in, and I'm going to pop that inside the pencil bag. This is in case any of the Mod Podge or rice paper glue that I use seeps through. I don't want the pencil bag to stick together inside, so I'm just putting the cellophane to prevent that. I will take that out once I'm done. I start by adding my rice paper glue to the area where I want to add my rice paper. And of course, because I'm working on fabric, the glue is just seeping in, it's being absorbed. So I decided that I need to first add a coat of Mod Podge over the entire pencil bag, which will waterproof it, and then I can start adding the rice paper glue with the rice paper. A thin layer on each side and then drying well after application. You could also do this on a plain canvas tote bag, on an apron, on a kitchen tea towel. There are quite a few options and they make great gifts. Once all that Mod Podge is nice and dry, we're going to start adding the rice paper. Back to the rice paper glue. At this point, I could have also used Mod Podge to apply, but I have the rice paper glue, so I thought to use that. Just a reminder that you can also use napkins for this. Applying a layer of the rice paper glue over the rice paper too once it's in position. I really like that image of the face, but I'll save that for another project. I'm going to use this flower piece instead. I love that it has lots of turquoise in the background. I'll dry this side well and then I'm going to turn it over and do the same on the other side. You can, of course, overlap pieces As you can see, I have torn mine. You could cut yours straight if you prefer, or you could even fussy cut out around if you had some kind of a design on your napkin or rice paper. Thankfully, the canvas was nice and thick and nothing seeped through. I'm now going to add some additional interest with these rub-on stickers. These two are available from Stamperia, and I just love using numbers in my work. I cut out the designs that I want to use. I place them in position to see if they'll look okay where I want to place them. And once I'm ready, I remove the backing paper, I place the sticker down, and then I use my tool to rub it. They are so easy to use and have a great finish. I'll place one on the other side as well. Going to use the butterflies and flowers from this sheet. Decisions, decisions. To bring all the elements together, I'm going to add some liquid color. This is Dilution's ink spray in the color Desert Sand. I'm applying it around the edges where I can still see the canvas. I'm adding a few drops and then I'm using my paintbrush to move it around and blend it in. I'm also going to add some turquoise. For this, I'm using my Color Burst watercolor powders in the turquoise. I've added a small sprinkle on my acrylic plate and then I've sprayed some water and I'm using my paintbrush to add it. I'm just going to continue all the way around, adding a bit of the desert sand and a bit of the turquoise. And you can already see how it's joining all the elements. What I do love along the edges, some of the ink is seeping underneath the rice paper, making some darker sections. It looks really, really effective. Now, I'm sure there will be some questions whether this pencil bag is then waterproof. Well, I would say probably not. I don't see why we would need to wash this pencil bag. I usually don't. Even my school ones in the old days, I used to just use them until they fell to pieces. I'm sure though, if you used waterproof colors and elements, you would be able to wash it. I'm using watercolor powders and the inks, which are not and would wash out. It really is more for aesthetic purposes. And by adding these colors, you can see how it makes everything look as one. It is continuous. Of course, I have to add some splatter. And then dry everything really well. I'm also going to add some of this metallic wax in the color Antique Gold. This is available from Little Birdie Crafts. Their link is also in the description box below. I'm adding the wax with my finger and I'm just rubbing it along the edges of the pencil bag. Because this canvas has a certain texture, as I am rubbing the gold over, it is picking up and enhancing that texture and giving it a beautiful effect. I really love the colors and the look of this so much. I really think I want to do something very similar in my art journal. There was a small amount of leakage inside at the bottom where I don't think I applied enough Mod Podge, but it is the very first one that I've created and it's a little bit of trial and error. I have matching fabric bits that are also from Stamperia, part of the same collection. I've cut some strips and I'm going to tie them onto the zipper. I really hope you enjoyed this off-the-page project and were inspired to decorate your own pencil bag, apron or tote bag. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Thanks again for watching. Happy creating, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.